a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC and Jib Jab greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top of your CNC local page. Most of the severe thunderstorms that moved across western New York early Thursday went to the south and the west of the Rochester area, but the lightning that came through about 4 a.m. was enough to knock out power to nearly 4,000 RG&E customers. Most of those outages were in Greece and Gates, as at breakfast time utility crews had all but 360 or so back on service in Monroe, Wayne, and Ontario counties. Police and weather spotters reported the heaviest impacts to the west and especially the southwest of Rochester. Trees and power lines were reported down in Niagara and Cattaraugus counties, also in the Chautauqua and Dunkirk areas. Rochester got 0.69 of an inch of badly needed rain, and there's more in the forecast to come. In the 1960s, the city of Rochester had to move 350,000 cars in and out of downtown every workday, so it made the major north-south routes into one-way streets to help move the traffic. Flash forward 50 years, and most of the emphasis in downtown development is now on residential space. That's one reason the city wants to return two-way traffic to North Clinton Avenue and St. Paul Street. The city and the Rochester-Genesee Regional Transportation Authority say they've gotten more than $562,000 in federal funding to cover design work for the project. The goal is two-way traffic on North Clinton and St. Paul between East Main Street and the Inner Loop. The entire project will be $1.2 million, and construction is due to start next year or early in 2014, together with the construction of the RGRTA's downtown transit center. City officials say changing back to the historic traffic pattern will improve access to the St. Paul Quarter and St. Joseph's Park neighborhoods. Also, major institutions such as MCC's Damon City campus and the new SUNY Brockport Metro Center. The plan will have features to make it more friendly for bicycles and pedestrians, and also some traffic calming features officials say will discourage aggressive driving downtown. State, federal, and local law officers fanned out around the nation and New York State Wednesday, raiding locations they believe were involved in the synthetic drug trade. That included raids on smoke shops in Greece, Brockport, Batavia, Buffalo, and the Syracuse area. A home at West Hill Estates in Greece belonging to the owner of a chain of area smoke shops was also raided, although the owner was not arrested. Federal prosecutors say they made the largest seizure of synthetics in western New York history, confiscating more than 30,000 packets of the new synthetic drugs and hundreds of thousands of dollars. The synthetic substitutes for marijuana and other street drugs are commonly known as bath salts, and they were banned earlier this month by federal law. The U.S. Attorney for Western New York says the investigation began in February with a tip about shipment of synthetic drugs from Los Angeles to Western New York. 2 Buffalo area men were arrested for importing the drugs and distributing them to smoke shops. In the Rochester area, officers arrested 3 smoke shop clerks: 37-year-old Joshua Denise of Batavia, 30-year-old Michelle Condidorio of Leroy, and 22-year-old Austin Sir of Rochester. All worked at stores in the 420 Emporium chain, where undercover investigators allegedly bought synthetic marijuana. The man convicted of raping and murdering Pamela Moss more than 40 years ago has again been denied parole. James Moore went before the parole board last week. He's serving a life sentence for murdering the Penfield teenager after agreeing to plead guilty in return for avoiding the death penalty back in the 1960s. Moore becomes eligible for parole every 2 years. Every 2 years, the Monroe County Sheriff's and the District Attorney's offices mount a petition drive to keep him in prison. On this page, you can find links to these and other stories. At the bottom, links for you to use to post your own news updates, sports, and salutes directly to us here at CNC. Next news as it happens, updates when necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.